All right, let's look at some the relevance now, how to maximize relevance. So search engines determine the relevance of websites to the search terms that users use when they put it in there on a continuum. So it's not whether it is relevant or whether it's not. It's not dichotomous, yes or no. It is what's the most relevant and fades off to the least relevant, right? So for us, we want to be making websites that are relevant to those search terms that are the most relevant, so we rank higher. Search engines assess topic relevance based on the words used on that web page. And this is an extremely important concept which I want you to understand. So when we design websites, we can make very pretty websites with really good pictures and stuff, that nice video, good layout and stuff. But when it comes to search engines, they can't tell that. They don't know what the pictures are other than the words that we add to the pictures. So it all goes by words. So even though we might have a very useful, good-looking website that people would love to go to, unless we're putting the right words behind those pictures or to support those pictures, it won't do well on search engine rankings. So not only are the words that we use important, but the locations where we put these words are also important in terms of relevance. So we need to place the most important words then for our website in the most important places. Now I'm going to go through a few examples here about what we mean by that. So the first one is the uniform resource locator. So we want to maximize the relevance by the URL. So the words in the URL receive heavy weighting, probably the most heavy weighting. To match the URL, we want to match the URL of the website with the search term. We've got a classic example here. We've got an example of skateboard. So if you search skateboard, in my particular instance, the number one result was the skateboard.com.au. Now, the URL, remember the URL is the domain name, which in this case is skateboardshop.com.au, and then anything that comes after that. So I've got another one here, fasttimes.com.au/skateboards. So the whole lot here is the URL, it's not just the domain name. In this example on the right here, the domain name is exactly the same as the search term. And in my situation, it came through as the top result. If you guys search that on your search engine, you might get different results as well because, for various reasons which we'll learn as we go through. But just to emphasize the importance of the URL matching with the search terms. Now I've got another example here. So this one's called OCDskateshop.com. And when I search for skateboard, that doesn't even have the same, so it doesn't have skateboard in there at all, but it has skate shop. So the keyword in there is skate, and the search engine has been able to distinguish, skateboard, the root word of that is skate, and it's given a good result to this skate shop here. For the term skateboard, this URL here, fasttimes.com.au, skateboards, doesn't have the word skateboard in the domain at all, but it does have it in the URL. So for search engine optimization, so for search rankings, this domain itself won't rank well, but this actual page within the website will. And when we go through, we'll look at keyword mapping and website mapping and how to link those two together. It will make a bit more sense as we go. But I want you to understand the importance of the URL that we're using for search terms. The next thing is the title tag. Now the title tag is displayed at the top of the web page, and on this example it's the skateboard shop. I'm running with this skateboard example. So I searched for skateboard shop, I clicked on it. Well, here's the search term down the bottom here. You can see the red thing. So it's got the URL there, skateboardshop.com.au, and then it's got the skateboard shop. Now that matches with the title tag at the top here, skateboard shop. So you know what you're clicking on before you actually go from the search engine to the website. Now I've got a few other tabs here, which is just coincidental. So I've got the university web page there. So it's homepage, University of Tasmania. So that's the title tag for the homepage of UTAS. And I've got the Edify app by Student, which I think is the textbook or the simulator. I can't remember what one it was, but it's got that there as well. So when we make websites, we can name what the title tags are. So we've got to think about what we're going to call our websites I should say our web pages, like the headers, the title tags for that page, and how that's going to relate to what words we want to show up, how we want, what words we want to focus on or target for our search engine optimization. So that's the title tag. The next one is the header tag. Now, I'm going to go back a slide. So title tag is the title of that web page. A header tag is basically the title of the header. Now, we should know by now that websites are put together by code, and when either we do it, or we use a program to do it, or we get like a IT person to do it, they'll be coding the website in this way. So header tags are used to separate headings into the code of the website. Now heading 1 is the biggest, which is H1, is the biggest heading. H2 is the next biggest, H3 is smaller. And the priority is assigned in this way. So heading 1, and you can have multiple heading 1s, but it's a way that we, when we code a website, we break down the structure of that website. So we can go, well, this is the main heading and then subheadings under that. The words inside the header tag are used to calculate the relevance of the website. Use the header tags that are relevant to key search terms in regards to search engine optimization. Now I've just got a standardized picture here. This is from Pexels, which is a royalty-free image. So I've just grabbed one. It's not specifically relevant to this situation, but it shows here the code and how this has been coded up. So it's got here the H1, one more for good measure. So if we were looking at that web page, that would be the heading tag, and we want to try and match what's in between H1 and /H1, so that heading, we want to make sure that relates back to the search terms that we're targeting. So that's the header tag, and that's for all the H1s. So when you're writing your website, you're going to be having, so these P1s here, the paragraph, basically here, with the words that you write in there, you'd have keywords in there as well, but you want to make sure that it's relevant in the header tags, right? Now let's look at the main content. So search engines use the words on a website to determine what that web page is about. Use the search terms in the main content of the website. We go back a bit now. That's that P bit here. So the words that are in there need to be relevant to the search terms as well. So you can see a bit of a theme coming through here. Use the key search terms in the main content of the website. Do not use keyword stuffing by overusing the same words, because you might go, oh, I can see what Kevin's saying here now. We need to use the key search terms in our title tags, our header tags, in the URL. So we're just going to keep using the same word or variants of that same word over and over again. But this can actually be detrimental to search engine optimization, because marketers used to do that in the old days. But what's happened is the Google algorithm can actually detect that now. And if you're overusing the same word to the point that doesn't make sense, it goes, well, your keyword stuffing, and then it seriously decreases the rank of that website, because they go, well, what user wants to go to a website that just keeps saying the same word over and over again? The likelihood that that's going to be relevant to the search is dramatically decreased, and you can see why, right? So for us, we don't fully know what the search engine algorithms are. They don't release that to avoid manipulation and like bad use of the search engines, but they do tell us kind of how it works roughly, right? So for us, we want to focus on good quality content that's relevant to what people are going to be searching for that keyword. So in this example, skateboard shop. So if you're selling skateboards, you go, I want to rank well when people type in skateboard. So make good quality content that sells skateboards. So that if someone searches for skateboard and they click on your link, go to your website, they're going to go, this is what I was looking for. All right, next one is image context. Now remember, I said this at the beginning, search engines cannot see images, so they need to be properly labeled. Now, the way that we do this is alternative text, or alt text, is labeled to describe images. Now, alt text is used for visually impaired, so people that can't see very well, it can read it out and do all sorts of things, right? So it's got more uses than just search engine optimization, but it definitely helps the search engines, right? The file name of the image can also be used to determine relevance. Now, I can't remember exactly what part of this website this is. But if you right click on the website and go inspect element, you can go through here. I found the image in there, and here's the image. So it's image src, and it's got a link to Shopify, which is, you click on that, it's going to take you to the shopping part of the website. And you can see the alt equals the skateboard shop. This is the logo for it. I made these slides a while ago. So the skateboard shop, and that's their logo. So it's got the file name, the alt text, and the actual the brackets in there as well. So all of those give an indication to the search engines what that image is about, and how relevant the web pages with those images on there are going to be to the people searching for those search terms. All right. Now, we also got this thing called anchor text, and anchor text refers to the clickable text within a hyperlink. It is visible and underlined like you got here. So I've actually, when I put my cursor on there, I did the hyperlink to the Wikipedia page, which explains what anchor text are. So search engines use links to the website as an objective third-party description of what that website is about. This is also for internal links within a website that link to one page to another of the same site. And that's why when we design websites, we say it's important to structure your website properly, have good navigation and links between your web pages, because that's going to help the search engines determine what your web pages are about within your website, and therefore improve your search engine optimization as well. Now I've got an example in the code here. So I've done right click, inspect element, or inspect whatever it's called, and you can see it's got the script ID, and the text is template, but underneath that it's got the link going to the website. So if I was to click on this text link on this website, it's showing what the anchor text is, what it says. So in here, the anchor text would be this underlined stuff, the Hosey reissue pop up 77, whatever that is. That's the name of the skateboard. So if you want a particular skateboard, you might specifically be searching for that skateboard, so that's going to rank well, because the search engine is going to go, oh, hang on, someone's looking for this particular skateboard. This web page has those exact words on there. It's likely to be very relevant to that search. All right. So although the search engine can't see the images, it can see your anchor text, and it can see the actual URLs of where that text goes. All right. Now we want to be viewing. So I've just quickly showed you some code, but I want you to be able to do this as well. So to view website code in Chrome, which a lot of you will be using, you can go on the website and then just right click on it. I might do a demonstration while I'm explaining it. So if I go here, this is live skate. I was going to go to Google, wasn't I? So you can Google search from in there, or you can Google search in here. So I'm going to do it in here because it's easier to see. Skateboard, bang. You can see it comes up. We're going to talk about the area stuff. The number one result again is skateboard shop, so that's pretty interesting. I'm curious to see what everyone else's comes up as. So when this website loads, I'm going to let it load first. I can click on the website and go inspect, and then it's going to open this box here, which I've dragged across a little bit because I've been working in it, and it's going to show the code for that website. And you're going to have to know how to do this for your own websites, but also looking at if you're going to analyze, do a digital marketing audit on a business, and you want to give them some advice about their website. You want to look not just what it looks like at the face of it, but what's behind that website too. So at the top, it's got the HTML website. It's got the header. So if I click on that one there, it will show the header in there, and scroll down. So the header's quite big. They've got quite a few scripts in there. I can minimize that header and then go to the body there as well. I've got a plugin installed on my Grammarly, which helps me with my grammar and spelling and stuff like that. So this is not particular to that website. This is a browser extension on there. So we're going to be doing more of this in the workshop, but different parts. As you can scroll through these different scripts, they are different parts of the website. Right, so let's just, can't drive my thing. I'm just going to close that. So for Safari, so that's in Google Chrome. Hopefully most of you can use it. Even if you have MacBooks, you can still use Google Chrome. And the benefit of using Google Chrome is it links in with Google Search, right, which is the most popular search engine. So you go to Safari, Preferences, then click on Advanced, and then mark the checkbox that says Show Development Menu in the menu bar. This will enable the Inspect feature on your MacBook. Now you can open your desired website, and after that, right-click and Inspect element. So for most Mac users, they won't be able to have this Inspect thing come up straight away. However, you can do it by that. If you get stuck with that while you're watching this now, don't worry. I'll show you how to do it in the workshops. All right, so that's it for relevance. Next time, we're going to look at the importance and how to set up search phrases.